I'm going to win. I stand before you with a message, one that's simple yet powerful. I'm going to win. It's not just words, it's a mindset. It's knowing that no matter what comes my way, I will find a way to rise above it. I don't say this out of arrogance, I say it out of faith. Faith in the grind, faith in the process, faith in myself. Life is full of challenges. It's not a smooth road, it never was, and it never will be. But I welcome that. I welcome the hard times, the doubts, the fears, because I know that every challenge is shaping me, making me stronger, sharpening my edge. See, winning isn't just about the outcome. It's about enduring the process, about getting up after every fall and telling yourself, I can do this. There's power in believing, truly believing that you can do something extraordinary. When others see limits, I see possibilities. When others slow down, I keep pushing. Because I know that on the other side of fear, on the other side of pain, lies everything I've been working for. It's right there within reach. All I have to do is keep moving, keep pushing, keep fighting. I remember the moments when doubt tried to creep in, when the road seemed too rough, when the setbacks seemed too many. But in those moments, I reminded myself, I'm not here to give in. I'm here to give my all. Because if you want to win, you can't settle for anything less. You have to want it with every part of you. You have to be willing to go through the fire, to endure the struggle, to do what others won't. I'm not afraid of the hard work. I'm not afraid of the long nights or the tough days, because I know what they're building inside me. They're building a winner. Every obstacle is a chance to grow, to learn, to become better. And every time I get knocked down, I get back up stronger. It's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you stand back up and say, I'm still here, and I'm still coming. Winning is a choice to believe when others doubt, to keep going when others stop, to dig deep when others give up. I've made that choice, and I make it every single day. I can see the finish line, feel it, taste it. And no matter how far it seems, I know I'm going to get there. This isn't just a dream, it's a commitment to myself, to my vision, to my purpose. And with every step I take, every ounce of effort I give, I get closer, closer to the goal, closer to the victory that I know is waiting for me. So to anyone who has ever doubted me, to any obstacle that has tried to block my path, I have one thing to say: I'm going to win. Not because it's easy, not because it's guaranteed, but because I've made up my mind that I won't settle for anything less. And when that moment comes, when the hard work pays off, I'll look back and know that every challenge, every struggle, every bit of doubt was worth it. Because I didn't just survive, I conquered and I won. Belief in yourself. That's where it all begins. It's not just some motivational line you hear and forget. It's the core, the foundation. You've got to see it before anyone else does. When you wake up in the morning and look in the mirror, you've got to see a winner staring back at you, even if no one else does. Even if the world is telling you that you can't, that you're not enough, that you're not ready. Because listen, the world will try to put limits on you, try to keep you in a box. But those limits don't matter if you don't believe in them. You've got to trust that voice inside you, that voice that says you can do this, you're meant for this. It's not about arrogance. It's not about thinking you're better than anyone else. It's about knowing that you have something inside you that's special, something that's meant to shine. And yeah, there will be people who don't see it. There will be people who try to talk you out of it. But guess what? It's not their vision. It's yours. When you believe in yourself, it's like a light that cuts through the darkness. It's like a fire that burns when everything around you is cold. And it's that belief, that deep, unshakable belief, that gives you the strength to keep going when others give up. When the road gets tough, when the doubts start creeping in, that belief is what keeps you steady. It's what makes you stand up and say, no, I'm not done yet. I'm still here. I still got more in me. People might call it crazy. They might call it unrealistic, but that's because they don't see what you see. They don't feel what you feel. It's like planting a seed. Nobody sees the roots growing under the surface, but you know they're there. You know that one day that seed is going to break through the ground and become something amazing. Belief in yourself is like that. It's invisible at first, but it's working, it's building, and when it finally shows, people will call it success. But you'll know that it was belief that made it possible. So never let anyone take that from you. Protect it, feed it, hold on to it when times get rough, because that belief, your belief in yourself, is your biggest weapon. It's what's going to carry you through the storm. It's what's going to keep you moving when others stop. And it's what's going to take you straight to victory. Because when you believe in yourself, truly believe, there's nothing that can stop you. Nothing. Resilience. That's the name of the game. It's easy to talk about staying strong, but when life throws you those punches, you learn real quick what resilience is all about. It's about getting knocked down, feeling the sting, the pain, and then deciding right there on the ground that you're going to get back up. It's about refusing to let the hits keep you down. Because trust me, life doesn't play fair. It doesn't care about your plans, your dreams, or your goals. It'll test you, push you to your limits, and see if you're really made of what you say you are. When the obstacles show up, when the roadblocks appear out of nowhere, resilience is what separates those who keep going from those who quit. You can't win without resilience. You can't reach greatness without it. It's that extra gear that kicks in when your body says you're tired, when your mind is screaming for you to stop. It's what makes you take that extra step when you think you've got nothing left. See, the thing is, it's not about whether or not you'll fall. We all fall. We all face setbacks. We all have moments when we question ourselves, when we feel like the weight is too much. But resilience, that's the answer to those moments. It's about what you do after you fall. It's about refusing to let your failures define you. It's about looking at the obstacles and saying, you can knock me down, but you won't keep me there. You've got to have that fire, that stubbornness to get back up, no matter how many times you hit the ground. Because every time you rise, you're stronger than you were before. You're tougher, you're wiser. And most importantly, you're one step closer to your goal. And that's how you build strength. Not in the easy times, not when everything's going your way, but when you're in the middle of the storm, when it feels like everything is falling apart around you. That's when resilience kicks in. And you can't teach that. It's something you find deep inside when you've been through enough battles, when you face enough struggles and come out the other side, bruised but not broken. That's where the real power lies. So don't fear the hard times. Don't fear the struggles. They're shaping you, molding you into something stronger, something unstoppable. Embrace them, rise above them, and keep moving forward. Because with resilience, there's no such thing as defeat, just another chance to rise again. Hard work and discipline. That's the difference maker. It's not glamorous. It's not always exciting, but it's what separates the ones who just talk from the ones who make things happen. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to win, but not everybody wants to put in the work. See, that's where discipline comes in, doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. When the excitement fades, when the motivation isn't there, discipline is what keeps you in the game. You have to show up. Not just when you're feeling good, not just when the sun is shining and everything's going your way. No, you've got to show up when it's tough, when it's raining, when it feels like everything is against you. You've got to show up when you're tired, when you'd rather be anywhere else. That's what discipline is showing up every day, putting in the hours, doing the work that nobody sees. It's those early mornings and late nights, those moments when nobody's watching, but you're still grinding, still pushing, still reaching for that next level. It's easy to work hard when you're inspired, but can you do it when you're exhausted? Can you keep going when you're sore, when the results aren't showing up yet, when it feels like it's taking forever? That's where discipline makes the difference. It's like a muscle, and the more you use it, the stronger it gets. And when you've got that strength, that ability to push yourself beyond your limits, that's when you start to see the results. But here's the thing, discipline isn't about punishment, it's about freedom. It's the freedom to know that you've done everything you can, that you've put in the effort, that you haven't cut any corners. It's knowing that when the time comes, when the spotlight is on you, you're ready. Because you've already done the hard part. You've already fought those battles when nobody was looking. And now it's time to reap the rewards. Hard work is like planting seeds. You don't see the harvest right away, but you keep working the soil, keep watering it, keep taking care of it. And one day when you least expect it, those seeds start to grow. And all that effort, all those sacrifices, they start to pay off. People will call it luck, they'll call it talent, but you'll know the truth. You'll know the truth. You'll know that it came from discipline. It came from hard work. It came from showing up every single day and giving it everything you've got. So when you're tired, when you're ready to throw in the towel, remember why you started, remember what you're working for, and remember that nobody gets to the top without climbing, without sweating, without putting in the hours that others are too afraid to give. It's not just about dreaming, it's about doing. And if you're willing to put in that work, if you're willing to be disciplined when it's hardest, then there's nothing that can stand in your way. You will win because you earned it, because you put in the time when nobody else did. And that's what separates the winners from the rest. Vision and purpose. That's what keeps you going when the road gets rough, when the lights go out, and when you're left alone with your thoughts. It's more than just wanting to be successful. It's about knowing why you're doing what you're doing. See, anybody can want success, but not everybody has the vision. Not everybody has that clear picture in their mind, that burning image of where they're headed, of the life they want to create. Vision is what lets you see the end before you even begin. It's what drives you, what keeps you hungry. You've got to know what you're chasing. You've got to see it so clearly in your mind that it feels real, even before you've got it in your hands. That's what makes you get up in the morning, when the alarm goes off at 5 a.m., when your body is begging you to hit the snooze button. That's what makes you keep grinding, even when everyone else has given up. It's that vision of who you want to become, of where you want to go. It's that dream that's bigger than the struggle, bigger than the pain, bigger than the fear. And listen, vision alone isn't enough. You need purpose, because vision is where you're going, but purpose is why you're going there. It's what gives your journey meaning. It's what makes every sacrifice worth it. Purpose is what makes you keep fighting when the odds are stacked against you. When the critics are loud, when the doubts are even louder, purpose is that voice inside that says, keep going. There's a reason you started this. There's a reason you're putting in this work. When you have a purpose, you're not just working for a paycheck or a title or a trophy. You're working for something bigger than yourself. You're working for that moment when you can look back and say, I did it. I made it through. I turned my vision into reality. And that's why it's so powerful. Because when you know your purpose, when you understand why you're on this journey, it doesn't matter how many roadblocks show up. It doesn't matter how many times you hear no. It doesn't matter how many times you have to start over. You keep moving forward, one step at a time. People without vision, they get lost in the struggle. They see the obstacles and they stop. They see the storms and they turn back. But when you have vision and purpose, those same storms become part of the journey. They become part of the story. You start to understand that every setback, every closed door is pushing you closer to that vision you've been holding on to. You start to realize that the hard days are shaping you, preparing you for what's coming. So don't let go of that vision. Don't forget your purpose. Write it down, keep it close, and remind yourself every day why you're doing this. Because when the nights are long, when the road is lonely, when the challenges seem too big, it's that vision and that purpose that will keep you moving forward. They'll keep you focused, keep you strong, and keep you believing when it feels like nobody else does. And when you finally reach that vision, when you finally step into that purpose, you'll know that every ounce of effort, every tear, every moment of doubt was worth it. Because you didn't just stumble upon success, you built it. You fought for it. And you never lost sight of where you were headed or why you were going there. That's what makes the victory taste so sweet. That's what makes you say, yeah, I earned this. I'm here because I never stopped believing in my vision and my purpose. Facing fears, that's where the real test begins. You see, everybody has dreams, everybody has goals, but not everyone is willing to face what's standing between them and their greatness. Fear, it's always there lurking in the shadows, trying to tell you what you can't do, what you shouldn't even try. But here's the truth: if you want to reach the top, if you want to see what you're truly capable of, you've got to look fear in the eye and step right through it. Fear is like a wall that tries to keep you in your comfort zone, tries to keep you playing small. But you've got to realize something: everything you want, everything you're dreaming of is on the other side of that wall. And no, it's not easy to break through it. It takes courage. It takes guts. It takes that moment where you say to yourself, I'm scared, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to take that step. I'm going to move forward, even when my legs are shaking. Fear wants you to stay where you are. It wants you to stay comfortable, stay safe, stay hidden. But nothing great ever comes from comfort zones. Comfort doesn't build champions, doesn't build leaders, doesn't build winners. Stepping into the unknown, stepping into what scares you, that's where you find out who you really are. That's where you discover strength you didn't even know you had. And once you push past that fear, once you take that first step, you realize that it doesn't have as much power over you as you thought it did. See, the thing about fear is, it's just a feeling. It's not reality. It's not the final word on your potential. It's just a voice trying to hold you back. But when you face it, when you challenge it, you start to see that it's really nothing more than a mirage. It's there to test you, to see how bad you want what you're chasing. And when you step through that fear, when you confront it, you send a message not just to the world, but to yourself that you're not going to be controlled by what scares you. I'm not saying it's easy. Fear doesn't just go away. It's there when you take that first step. It's there when you try something new. It's there when you go after something bigger than you've ever gone after before. But the difference between those who win and those who don't, the winners don't run from it. They use it. They turn that fear into fuel. They let it remind them that what they're doing is important. They let it remind them that they're alive, that they're pushing boundaries, that they're stepping into a new level. When you face your fears, you grow, you get stronger, you get bolder. You start to realize that if you can face this, if you can conquer what you're afraid of, there's nothing that can hold you back. You start to believe in yourself more, you start to take bigger risks, you start to reach higher. And pretty soon you look back and realize that the things that used to scare you, the things that used to make you hesitate, they don't even faze you anymore. So don't let fear be the thing that keeps you from your destiny. Don't let it stop you from taking that chance, making that move, chasing that dream. Face it, fight through it, and watch how everything changes. Because on the other side of fear is freedom. It's where you become unstoppable, where you find out just how far you can go. And once you break through, once you face those fears and keep moving, you'll never let them hold you back again. That's where true power lies. That's where real success begins. Overcoming doubt, that's the real battle. Doubt is sneaky, it's quiet, it creeps up on you when you least expect it. It's that little voice in the back of your mind whispering, are you sure you're good enough? Are you sure you can make it? It shows up when the pressure is on, when the path gets tough, when you're putting in all that effort and the results aren't showing up yet. But listen, if you let doubt run your life, if you let it make your decisions, you'll never get out of first gear. You'll never see what you're truly capable of. See, doubt is like a shadow. It's only there when you turn away from the light. But if you turn around and face it, if you decide that doubt doesn't get the final say, then you take back your power. Doubt will always be there trying to make you second guess yourself, trying to make you think that maybe you don't have what it takes. But it's not about silencing that voice, it's about answering it. It's about saying, yeah, I hear you, but I'm moving forward anyway. I'm not going to let you hold me back. It's easy to believe in yourself when everything is going right, when people are cheering you on, when the sun is shining and the road is clear. But can you believe when the sky is dark? Can you keep pushing when all you hear is the sound of your own footsteps and doubt, trying to drown them out? That's when you find out what you're about. When you're focused, you start to realize that time is your most valuable asset. You don't waste it on things that aren't helping you grow, on people who don't support your vision, on situations that don't serve your purpose. You learn to protect your time, to protect your energy, because you know that every moment spent off track is a moment you could be using to build something great. And that's the mindset that winners have. That's the mindset that takes you from good to unstoppable. And when you stay focused, when you stay locked in on your goal, that's when you start to see the progress. That's when you start to see the results that others only dream about. Because you're not just moving, you're moving with intention, with direction, with purpose. You're not just grinding, you're grinding towards something that matters. You're building a life, a future, a legacy. So don't let the distractions win. Don't let the setbacks, the noise, the chaos pull you away from your mission. Keep your head down, keep your focus sharp, and keep pushing forward. Because when you stay focused, you become a force that can't be stopped. And when the world finally sees what you've built, they'll call it success. But you'll know it all started with the decision to stay focused, to keep your eyes on the prize, no matter what came your way. Embracing the journey, that's where the magic happens. In a world obsessed with outcomes and results, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. We get so focused on the finish line, on the trophies and accolades, that we forget the most important part, the journey itself. This isn't just a race to the end, it's about every step you take, every lesson you learn along the way. It's about growing, evolving, and becoming who you're meant to be. You see, every setback, every challenge, every moment of doubt, they're not roadblocks, they're stepping stones. They're opportunities for growth, chances to learn something new about yourself, about your strength, about your determination. When you embrace the journey, you start to see that each obstacle is just another chapter in your story. It's all part of the process. And without those challenges, you wouldn't be who you are today. So don't rush it. Don't wish it away. Enjoy the ride. Celebrate the small victories, those little moments that might seem insignificant at the time, but they're building you up, shaping you into something greater. Whether it's mastering a new skill, meeting a new friend, or simply pushing through a tough day, those moments are what make the journey worthwhile. They're the memories that will stay with you long after the trophies have gathered dust. And yes, it's going to be tough. There will be days when it feels like you're putting in all this effort for nothing. There will be days when you question whether you're on the right path, whether you should keep going or throw in the towel. But when you embrace the journey, you learn to trust the process. You understand that the destination is just a point on the map, but the journey, that's where the real richness of life lies. It's where you find your passion, your drive, your purpose. You've got to remind yourself that it's not just about reaching the top, it's about who you become along the way. Every late night, every early morning, every struggle, it's forging you into something stronger. It's teaching you resilience, patience, and grit. It's giving you stories to tell, lessons to share, wisdom to pass on. And that's invaluable. And remember, success looks different for everyone. Your journey is unique, shaped by your experiences, your choices, your dreams. So don't compare your path to anyone else's. Focus on your own growth, your own progress. Embrace the ups and downs because they're all part of the process. They're all leading you to where you need to be. When you finally reach that destination, when you look back at the journey you've taken, you'll realize that every struggle, every challenge was worth it. You'll see how far you've come, how much you've grown, and how each moment has contributed to your success. And that's the beauty of embracing the journey. It's not just about the end goal. It's about appreciating every single step you took to get there. So keep moving forward, keep embracing the journey, and don't forget to enjoy it. Because when you look back, you won't just see the finish line, you'll see a life lived fully, a life filled with experiences, lessons, and memories that shape who you are. And that, my friend, is the true definition of success. Surrounding yourself with the right people is one of the most crucial decisions you'll ever make on your journey to success. Think about it, who you spend your time with can either lift you up or drag you down. It's not just about having friends, it's about building a circle of support, a tribe that pushes you to be better, to do better. Because let me tell you something, you can't do it alone. None of us can. We are social creatures, and the company we keep shapes our mindset, our beliefs, and our potential. When you surround yourself with those who share your vision, who believe in your dreams, it ignites a fire inside you. You start to feel empowered. You start to believe that anything is possible because you're in an environment where possibilities are celebrated, where growth is encouraged. These are the people who will challenge you to step outside your comfort zone, who will remind you that you're capable of more than you think. They'll inspire you to keep going when the going gets tough and remind you of your worth when doubt tries to creep in. But be mindful, my friends. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. You've got to be discerning. There are people out there who will drain your energy, who will fill your head with negativity, who will try to convince you to play it safe and settle for less than what you're capable of. You've got to distance yourself from that energy, from those who don't share your vision or support your journey. You need to surround yourself with those who uplift you, who challenge you, and who see the greatness within you before you even do.